So, have you been lied to about grey hair all along? You've probably heard that grey hair is just dry, brittle, and impossible to keep healthy. Well, that's a myth. In fact, if you do this one thing, something most women overlook, you can make your silver strands shinier, softer, and stronger than ever. Your grey hair isn't the problem here, ladies. Rather, it's how you're taking care of it. But don't worry, ladies, by the end of this video, you'll have all the secrets to keeping your hair healthy, youthful, and vibrant at any age. Stay with me because tip number 5 is something even hair experts don't talk about. First, let's get one thing straight here. Grey hair isn't just about losing pigment. The entire structure of your hair changes, and that is something a lot of people don't realize. When melanin fades, your hair's natural protective layer weakens. This makes the strands more porous, meaning they absorb and lose moisture much faster than pigmented hair. That's why grey hair tends to feel drier, more wiry, and sometimes even rough to the touch. Another big difference is how your scalp reacts to the transition. As we age, our oil glands slow down, producing less sebum. This natural oil is what kept your hair soft and manageable in your younger years, but now, without it, your grey hair can become more brittle and prone to breakage. If your hair is feeling stiff or frizzy, that's likely why. And then there's the colour itself. Ever noticed your grey strands looking dull, yellowish, or just not as vibrant as you expected? That's not just a normal part of aging. It's a direct result of environmental damage, product buildup, and sometimes even the minerals in your water. Grey hair has no pigment to protect it from UV rays, pollution, and harsh chemicals, so it's much more vulnerable to damage than you might think. But don't worry, having healthy, vibrant grey hair is absolutely possible. The key is to understand what your hair needs now and adjust your routine to support it. You wouldn't use the same skincare products you did in your 20s, right? The same goes for your hair. It's time to give it the care and attention it deserves. So let's get into the best ways to keep your grey hair soft, strong, and full of life. And trust me, these small changes will make a huge difference. Now that you know why grey hair needs extra care, let's start with the most important rule for keeping it healthy. Let's start with the golden rule. Moisture is everything. If you want your grey hair to look soft, shiny, and full of life, hydration has to be your #1 priority. Grey hair naturally lacks the oils that once kept it smooth and manageable. Your scalp doesn't produce as much sebum as it did in your 20s or 30s, and since grey hair is more porous, it loses moisture faster. That's why it often feels dry, coarse, or even wiry. But the real problem, many women are unintentionally making it worse without realizing it. One of the biggest culprits is shampoo. If you're still using the same shampoo you did when your hair was fully pigmented, chances are it's doing more harm than good. Many shampoos, especially drugstore brands, contain sulfates, which are harsh detergents that strip the hair of its natural oils. And if you're shampooing too often, you're removing even more of the little moisture your hair still has. The result is rough, brittle, and unmanageable hair that feels nothing like the soft, silky strands you used to have. According to an article from Vogue, the best thing you can do is switch to a sulfate-free hydrating shampoo. Look for ingredients like argan oil, shea butter, or glycerin, which help restore moisture and smooth out the texture of grey hair. These ingredients work together to nourish your strands without making them greasy or heavy. It's a simple change, but it makes a world of difference. But here's something most women don't realize. Even if you're using the right shampoo, your washing routine might still be drying out your hair too much. If you're shampooing every single day, you're stripping your hair of the little natural moisture it has left. Grey hair doesn't need daily washing because it doesn't get as oily as pigmented hair. In fact, washing too often can make dryness and frizz even worse. That's where co-washing comes in. Co-washing, or conditioner-only washing, is an easy way to cleanse your hair without stripping away moisture. Instead of shampooing every time, you can use a lightweight conditioner on some wash days to gently refresh your hair while keeping it hydrated. If your scalp gets oily quickly, you can alternate between co-washing and regular shampooing to find the right balance for your hair. And incorporating co-washing into your routine, you'll start to notice a huge difference in the softness and shine of your silver strands. And once your hair is properly hydrated, everything else becomes easier. Now that we've tackled moisture, let's talk about a mistake that almost everyone makes with their grey hair. It's something that could be secretly damaging your strands every single day, and chances are you've never even thought about it. Okay, let's talk about something no one warns you about, but it could be secretly ruining your grey hair every single day. Hard water damage is a real issue, and if your grey hair has been looking dull, stiff, or even developing a yellowish tint, your tap water might be to blame. Most of us don't think twice about the water we use to wash our hair, but the truth is, not all water is the same. Hard water contains high levels of minerals like calcium and magnesium, which can build up on your hair over time. This buildup creates a rough, almost coated feeling, making your hair more difficult to manage. Instead of being soft and silky, your strands might feel dry, brittle, or weighed down. Even worse, these minerals can react with the products you're using, causing your hair to look discolored or dull, no matter how well you take care of it. The easiest and most effective fix is installing a water filter on your shower head. This small change removes harsh minerals before they even touch your hair, making an immediate difference in how your hair feels. It can help bring back softness and bounce, while also preventing that dreaded yellowing effect that hard water can cause. Another way to fight mineral buildup is by using a clarifying treatment once a month. A good clarifying shampoo or an apple cider vinegar rinse can help break down the residue left behind by hard water, restoring your hair's natural brightness. But be careful not to overdo it. Clarifying too often can strip your hair of moisture, so once a month is usually enough. Making this simple adjustment to your routine can completely transform the way your grey hair looks and feels. If you've been struggling with rough, lifeless strands that don't seem to hold moisture, this might be the missing piece of the puzzle. Now that we've tackled water quality, let's talk about something just as important: the nutrients your hair needs to stay strong and vibrant from the inside out. But let's take it a step further, because what you put into your body matters just as much as what you put on your hair. You might not think about it, but grey hair has different nutritional needs than pigmented hair. If your strands are thinning, breaking easily, or just not growing as fast as they used to, your body might be missing some key nutrients. Hair health starts from the inside, and as we get older, it becomes even more important to nourish our hair from within. One of the biggest game changers is collagen and biotin. Collagen is the protein that helps maintain the structure and strength of your hair, while biotin supports hair growth and reduces breakage. As we age, our natural collagen production slows down, which can make hair more fragile. That's why adding more collagen to your diet or taking a high-quality supplement can make a noticeable difference in the thickness and resilience of your hair. Omega-3 fatty acids are another essential. These healthy fats help keep your scalp hydrated and your hair naturally shiny. Without enough omega-3s, your hair can become dry, brittle, and more prone to frizz. The good news is you can easily get more of these by eating foods like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. If you're not a fan of fish, a daily fish oil or flaxseed oil supplement is a great alternative. Zinc and iron are also crucial for maintaining healthy hair growth. Iron helps carry oxygen to your hair follicles, keeping them strong and active, while zinc supports the repair and growth of new hair strands. If you're low on these minerals, you might notice more shedding or slower hair growth. Foods like dark leafy greens, lentils, and lean meats can help replenish these nutrients naturally. One of the easiest ways to make sure you're getting all these hair-loving nutrients is to add more whole, nutrient-dense foods to your meals. Salmon, avocados, nuts, and dark leafy greens are all packed with vitamins and minerals that support strong, healthy hair. But if changing your diet feels like a challenge, a high-quality hair supplement can be a simple and effective shortcut. Just make sure to choose one with collagen, biotin, and essential minerals to give your hair exactly what it needs. When you start nourishing your hair from the inside out, you'll notice a real difference in its strength, texture, and shine. But nutrition is just one part of the equation. Now, let's talk about something that most women don't realize is making their grey hair look dull and lifeless: heat styling mistakes. We all love a good blowout or a sleek, polished style. There's just something about a perfectly styled look that makes you feel put together and confident. But here's something most people don't realize. They don't realize that grey hair is far more vulnerable to heat damage than pigmented hair. If you've ever noticed your hair feeling extra dry, frizzy, or brittle after using a flat iron or curling wand, that's not just in your head. It's because grey hair lacks the natural oils that once kept it smooth and protected, making it dry out much faster and leaving it prone to breakage, split ends, and that rough, wiry texture no one wants. But before you toss your styling tools in the trash, don't worry, because you don't have to give them up completely. The key is learning how to use them the right way, so you can still enjoy beautifully styled hair without sacrificing its health. First and foremost, never skip a heat protectant. Think of it like sunscreen for your strands. It creates a barrier that locks in moisture and shields your hair from extreme temperatures. Skipping this step is one of the biggest mistakes women make, and it can lead to long-term damage that makes hair even more fragile over time. A lightweight heat protectant spray or serum should always be applied before using any kind of heat, whether you're blow-drying, curling, or straightening. It only takes a few seconds, but it makes a huge difference in preventing dryness and breakage. Next, let's talk about heat settings, because this is where a lot of women unknowingly damage their grey hair. Many styling tools default to high temperatures. Some even go up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 230 degrees Celsius, which is way too intense for delicate grey hair. The sweet spot: keep your heat settings under 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius. Anything higher than that can burn and weaken the hair, leading to permanent dryness and that dreaded wiry texture. Yes, lower heat means styling might take a little longer, but the payoff is worth it. Your hair will stay softer, healthier, and much more manageable. If you really want to protect your grey hair, try giving it a break from heat styling whenever possible. Air drying is a great alternative, especially if you apply a lightweight leave-in conditioner to help control frizz and keep your hair soft. And if you love curls or waves, heatless styling methods can be a game changer. Soft rollers, braiding damp hair overnight, or using foam curlers can create beautiful, natural waves without exposing your hair to harsh heat. Not only will these methods help maintain your hair's health, but they'll also give you more styling options without the risk of long-term damage. Making these small changes to how you style your hair can dramatically improve its texture, strength, and shine over time. Heat styling isn't the enemy, but using it incorrectly can be. By protecting your strands, lowering the heat, and giving your hair an occasional break, you'll keep your grey looking smooth, youthful, and full of life. Taking better care of your hair when heat styling will keep it looking smooth and healthy in the long run. And now that we've covered how to prevent damage from styling tools, let's talk about something that will make your grey hair look naturally voluminous without frying it. Let's be real here, ladies. There's nothing worse than flat, lifeless hair that makes you feel older than you actually are. And the tricky part? Grey hair naturally loses some of its thickness over time. As we age, our hair strands become finer, and we don't have the same fullness we once did. Hormonal changes, reduced oil production, and years of heat or chemical styling can also contribute to thinning, making it even harder to achieve that voluminous, youthful look. But here's the good news. Just because your hair has changed doesn't mean you have to settle for limp, dull locks. With a few smart adjustments, you can bring back movement, body, and bounce, making your hair look full of life again. One of the biggest game changers, the right haircut. If your hair is long and heavy, it can drag your face down, making thinning more noticeable. A cut that adds movement and lift can completely transform the way your hair looks. A layered bob is a fantastic choice because it gives the illusion of thicker, fuller hair while maintaining softness and shape. If you're feeling bold and want something that's both stylish and low maintenance, a pixie cut is another great option. It removes weight while adding volume at the crown. And if you love longer hair, adding soft waves or textured layers can prevent it from looking too flat or stringy. The goal is to create dimension and movement so your hair appears fuller and more youthful. But getting the right cut is just the first step. How you style your hair matters just as much. To really boost volume, you need the right products, specifically a lightweight root lifting spray. These sprays work by adding just enough lift at the roots without making your hair stiff or sticky. Simply apply a small amount to your roots before blow drying, and you'll notice an instant difference. The key is to avoid anything too heavy, like thick mousses or gels, which can actually weigh your hair down and make it look even flatter. Now, here's a super simple trick that makes a massive impact. Blow drying your hair upside down. It sounds almost too easy to be true, but flipping your head over while drying lifts the roots naturally, creating instant volume. The trick is to start with damp hair, apply a bit of volumizing product at the roots, and use a round brush to lift and shape the hair while drying. Once your hair is mostly dry, flip your head back up and finish styling as usual. This technique not only gives your hair more body, but also prevents it from looking flat and lifeless throughout the day. Another great tip is that you can change your part every now and then. If you always part your hair the same way, your strands get used to lying flat. Switching up your part, especially to the opposite side, can add an instant lift at the roots, making your hair look naturally fuller. Bringing back volume doesn't have to be complicated. With the right cut, lightweight styling products, and a few simple techniques, you can give your grey hair the body, movement, and life it deserves. Now, if you're still struggling with limp hair, stick around because I'm about to reveal the ultimate trick for keeping grey hair looking vibrant and youthful. Let's clear up a common misconception because grey hair can be shiny. It's not destined to look dull or lifeless just because it lacks pigment. The trick is using the right products and techniques to enhance its natural glow. If your grey hair is looking flat or faded, it's not age. Rather, it's build-up, dehydration, or the wrong products working against you. The first step to maintaining that crisp, bright silver is using a purple shampoo once a week. This is a game changer for keeping your grey hair looking fresh and cool-toned instead of dull or yellow. Over time, pollution, product build-up, and even hard water can cause grey hair to develop an unwanted brassy tint. A purple shampoo works by neutralizing those yellow tones and bringing back that icy silver brilliance. But be careful, because not all purple shampoos are the same. Some can be too drying, so look for one with moisturizing ingredients and don't overuse it. Once a week is usually enough to keep your color looking vibrant. Next, let's talk about one of the most underrated yet powerful tricks for keeping grey hair looking fresh and vibrant. An apple cider vinegar rinse. This simple, all-natural treatment can work wonders for removing dulling buildup that makes your hair look lifeless. Even if you're using the best shampoos and conditioners, over time, residue from hair products, tap water minerals, and even pollution can stick to your strands, creating a layer that dulls your silver. This build-up weighs hair down, makes it feel rough, and can even contribute to unwanted yellowing. Apple cider vinegar is a natural clarifier, meaning it helps break down that stubborn residue without stripping your hair of moisture like harsh shampoos can. But that's not all. Apple cider vinegar also balances the pH of your scalp and hair, which is crucial for keeping grey hair smooth, soft, and shiny. When hair is too alkaline, the cuticle, the outer layer of each strand, stays open, making hair look frizzy, dry, and dull. Apple cider vinegar helps restore the correct acidity, sealing the cuticle so your hair looks shinier and feels silkier. Using it is incredibly easy. After shampooing, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a cup of water. Slowly pour it over your hair, making sure to saturate your strands from root to tip. Let it sit for about 1 to 2 minutes so it can break down buildup and work its magic. Then rinse it out thoroughly with lukewarm water. Don't worry, because the vinegar smell fades as your hair dries, especially if you follow up with a lightweight conditioner. This simple, affordable trick can transform dull, tired-looking grey hair into soft, glowing silver strands. For extra softness and frizz control, swap out heavy serums and oils for a lightweight serum with silk proteins. A lot of women make the mistake of using thick, oily products that just sit on top of grey hair, making it look greasy rather than shiny. Because grey hair is more porous, it absorbs product differently, so heavy oils can weigh it down. Instead, look for a serum with silk proteins or lightweight silicones that smooth the hair cuticle without making it feel heavy. A tiny drop is all you need to tame flyaways and add a healthy-looking sheen. With just a few small tweaks to your routine, you can take your hair from dull and dry to soft, glowing silver strands. And the best part is that it doesn't require a ton of effort. Just the right habits and a little consistency. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest struggle you've faced with your grey hair? Drop yours in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, you will definitely love this next one.